Hi, and welcome to my new show, Free Woman. In this show, I will introduce to you women that I find totally inspiring, that I know sometimes, or sometimes I don't know, but I reach out to them and I want to have them here on my show because I just think you need to know them. So my first guest is Jenna Laflamme, and we have already met in New York, where I have seen her, and she's just amazing. So I'm very, very happy to have you here on this call. And we will have a small bio of Jenna in the downstairs and also a link to her. So I won't recite a formal bio here. But Jenna, just tell us, who are you and what are you doing and why?
Hi, Coco. Very happy to be here. And similarly, what a free woman you are. I feel that very strong sisterhood with you in these values of sensuality and the feminine and the female animal, as I like to say, out into the world. So to answer your question, who am I? What do I stand for? What matters to me? What's important? How I came to being where I am now as an author, as a teacher in pleasurable weight loss. That's my topic. Pleasurable weight loss. I just wrote a book called Pleasurable Weight Loss, The Secrets to Feeling Great, Losing Weight, and Loving Your Life Today. And really, those are the things I focus on, helping women feel great about their bodies, love their bodies, feel great with food. And again, how I got here was through my own struggle of the exact opposite, feeling like I hated my body, like I was messed up with food, always fighting my weight. You just know that nightmare of like, oh, it just weighs on your life. And it's just like this thing that's pervasive and affects everything. So, a lot of women feel really trapped in that. I certainly did. And that's my passion, is helping women free themselves from that and come back to feeling free, for example.
Cool. And I have seen you in New York, and you were sitting in front of me at the event of Michael Ellsberg, and you were like the totally animal, wild woman. So, and you were also wearing a sheepskin, and you were doing something like this with your hair when you felt like this. And I felt, what an incredible kind of woman is this? I have never seen somebody like this. So this is really amazing. And you're also talking a lot about the female animal that we are. I find this concept totally interesting. Please tell us more.
Coco, after struggling with food compulsions, with my weight, with terrible bad body image for 10 years, I was complaining as usual. And I thought, oh God, it's never going to change. I'm so stuck. I've learned everything. I've learned yoga. I've learned nutrition. And I was even a professional nutrition coach, but still I couldn't control my own binges. And what turned it around was when my teacher said to me, I know why you're still struggling. And I was like, well, why? And he said, it's because you're not listening to her. And I was like, who? He said, your body. He said, there's two of you. And I say it to you, there's two of you. There's your mind and there's your body. And your body is an animal. And all animals in nature naturally know how to eat. They know what to eat to be in balance. They know how to move. It's natural. Your body is no exception. And he said, the problem is you haven't been listening to her. The problem is you haven't been respecting her. And I felt her, Coco, and women watching. I want you to, in this session together, really feel her. Going forward, let there be your mind listening to this conversation and your body as its own, her own authentic entity, being in your life. There's two of you and you're in relationship. So I realized, Coco, in that moment that I'd never actually given my body a chance. From about 12, it's when I first remember telling myself, I'm fat. I was just a healthy girl. I was becoming a woman. I had no space for becoming a woman. I instantly went to self-loathing and controlling without ever giving my body a chance to just be natural. and like what she likes. And there was always shame and guilt and control and denial. And it was just wasn't allowed to be natural. And that's what pleasurable weight loss is about. Be natural. Just get back to the naturalness your body knows. Okay, but it's not as simple as if we're monkeys in the rainforest that are eating, whole foods organic all the time. Good for them. Well, that's easy for them, but we live in a modern culture where there are so many processed foods, junk foods. Healthy foods aren't necessarily the easiest to get. So many different complications. Now what it takes, I believe, is being the bodyguard of your animal body, of your female animal. That your mind has this role of feeling so honored to be the protector and be the guardian of this life, this one life you've been given. And this was really what cinched it for me in terms of respecting my body, was when he pointed out to me, without your body, you'd be dead. And I was just like, oh my God, I've just been so taking you for granted. And I'm the mind. Oh, I am the smart one. You're the dumb one. It's like, freaking wake up, drop the ego, have some humility. She's really important. You got to be nice to her. You got to be really loving and kind, compassionate, and learn her language and get on her map. She's a VIP around here. She could be a little childish brat sometimes, but so are you if you get disrespected. Let's work together. We can be in harmony. This can be a love affair. And that's what I set my mind to. How can this be a love affair with my body? Not a disinterested, neglectful relationship, or I didn't really put much effort into this, but this is my best friend. This is my wife. This is my girl. This is my female animal. Yeah. And movement fell into place. Food fell into place. Weight fell into place. These
But I'm
things
sure
happen.
it wasn't easy because it's very counterculture. We are all raised like this. We look in the mirror and see, oh my God, this is not right. This is not right. Everything is like unperfect. And then like when we go to dance classes, we dance in front of the mirror, and then we judge ourselves in front of the mirror, and we try to look like the teacher. And everything is about just looking from the outside. And I have this sensuous mind movement where we just try to get our senses into our body and feel our body from the inside. And this is a very, very weird concept for the Western culture, to really feel the body from the inside. So what kind of practices do you have to really feel inside your body? I'm sure you dance a lot.
It's a really great question. I think just using this personal pronoun, she or her, for your body is something really practical that will change your life and help you come from within. By granting your body, she's a character of my life. She's got a voice. She's transmitting messages. Like, you just have an ear out for what's her opinion on the matter, and then let the mind go quiet. And intuitive messages will come. You will have some kind of feedback happening with your body where things will clarify. She wants this. It's not something that you can push your body to, communicate with me now. It's like kind of like a sit back and like, anything you have to say, I'd be curious to hear and see what comes through. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. But I'm still sure that it's very, very hard to always keep this somehow in mind, because it's really so different what you always see on the outside. So all this world that you live in,
Yes.
also you, I'm sure you are not only in hippie heaven, you're also always confronted with messages from the outside.
Yes.
So I think it's really, it needs a constant practice. So you have now written this book, and I'm very, very happy to direct all the women to your book, because I'm sure it has really tools for the everyday life. So the women really can not just understand the concept and think, yay, but really have something for every day. Is it right?
Yes. So to speak to that, there are psychological objections where, yes, okay, I like the idea of loving my body, but if your mother didn't love her body and you didn't have that role model for you, as you're saying, in the culture, it's everywhere, the judging, it can feel like you against the whole world, like, I want to love myself, but the media is saying, doubt yourself and you're not good enough. And those voices are very present. So I'm glad you mentioned this. So yes, this is part of it, and this is covered in the book. How can we reprogram our beliefs from the inside out, choosing what are the values we want to live? And I love that your program is called Free Woman, because that's a value that I've chosen. I want to be free. I want to embody freedom. That's a value that I want to bring. And how do you know your values? You only know your values when you really ask, what do I want? What do I desire? And that's a really powerful question for not being infected by all of those voices and judgments out there. Because you're right. If you're going to listen out there, you're never going to be good enough, baby. You're never going to be thin enough, beautiful enough, rich enough. And what happens then is you are vulnerable to capitalism, to spending your money on the wrong things, and things that don't really for you, unlike what we're offering here, things that just keep you caught at forgetting your power. But when you ask, what do I really want? My specialty is weight loss, relationship with food, good body image. You really want that, then you can really understand the science behind a good relationship with food and weight loss is that you must be in the relaxation state. Pleasurable weight loss, people are like, what? You sure? Really? Yes. Weight loss must be pleasurable because weight loss must be relaxed. We call it the parasympathetic nervous system. It's the relaxation state. It's the letting go. Everything's okay. It's safety. That's what pleasure is. In its simplest form is feeling safe. And then the rest is, so many flavors beyond that. Your body feels safe, your digestion is optimized, your immune system is optimized, your libido, your sexual hormones, your just everything, your calorie burning efficiency. You lose weight when you're in pleasure, in relaxation, in peace. So the bit where we usually get caught, and this is the diet culture of diets not working and just pure misery that I was in for a long time, is that bad body image creates stress. Stress creates weight gain. Oh my God, let me try the diet. Oh, stress. Oh, I need to go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. Stress. The problem, the so-called solution, is only making the problem worse. It's the only industry where they say there's a 97% failure rate, and it's still legal, is the weight loss industry, where it's just all this stressful, punishing bullshit. I'm really against it, and it's killing our women. We need to let it be known to feel best in your body. You need to relax. That means pleasure. That means listening to your desire. That means being free to your soul. Finding sisters that are going to support you in it. Finding the friends. It may not be your first circle, but you can get the support to make it happen. This is why I'm so excited about weight loss.
Yeah. Yes, and this is so amazing. And also, when you're in the stress mode, you will always burn out, and you will never have the rest to really see what you want or see who you are. You will build up a lot of walls around you, and you will push down everything, and you will really punish your inner animal and your soul, and you will never become happy. It's just not the way. First fitness and getting a beautiful body, and then be happy, and then be old, and then be sad again.
Yes.
It's just a weird idea that everybody is somehow fallen into it. And it's prevailing. It's obvious that it's not working, but it's prevailing.
It really is prevailing. What we're talking about is radical in our culture, but I think it's only natural. It's only natural to respect your body. First of all, it seems like, oh, it's so distant, but once you actually start practicing self-love, self-forgiveness, and I think importantly what you're saying, having a different story is really important, because how can you want to change your body but love your body now? We think if I love my body now, I won't have a motivation to change it. So I think it's important in the now to realize, okay, there's a reason my body is where it is right now. This weight is a protection. Protecting myself against something. There's been a stress, a danger, a threat. I'm protecting myself with weight. My body is wise. And this gives the body, gives your female animal some respect and some dignity. Okay, this may not be the solution we want always, Okay, it's fine to want to lose weight, but to respect what the weight has been doing up until now.
This leads to another interesting concept that you have, and this is about the innocence of sensuality, innocence of sexuality. I love it so much. And wherever I have like a sensuous dance, or sensuous, okay, why does it have to be sensuous? Can't it just be a workout? So people are really so afraid of the word sensuality or sexy or whatever. Of course, everybody wants to be sexy, they want to have a good body, and of course they have sex every day with their husband because it's just the way they are, But on the other hand, there's such a big blockade about being sexy, and also a big shame about anything sexual.
Great that you mentioned
and
that.
And you have a cool theory on this. I love it.
So, yes, we live in a culture that does have shame on sexuality, shame on the feminine, shame on the body, where we think the mind, the spirit is higher than, better than sex. Sex is dangerous. And what really is missing, there's a lot wrong with that approach. It's confused. It causes us to miss out on one of the most sacred things of life when we bring shame to our sexuality. Your sexual pulse, it's the strongest force in us. That is that force of, continuing life. And it's not just about the DNA sharing. Of course, that's, a key part of it. It's when we come together in an act of love with another, an act of love making. This is what has...
I love the word intimacy.
Yes, when we come together in an act of intimacy, that's how the world is being created, through teamwork, coming together in love and cooperation, and let's play together and let's make things together. And that's where, that's why people say, oh my God, and when they have an orgasm, it's like, wow, we just taste that divine bliss. Like you said, in your very own bedroom for free. It's one of the amazing things is the best pleasures mostly are free, or, food is not very expensive, good food. It's the best pleasures are free. Are you willing to open up, to let go of the guilt and shame, and to just to enjoy them? So the idea you were...
And when you are...
Go on.
And when you are satisfied in your animalistic, in Germany we say Triebe, in your animalistic needs, then you are just more satisfied. Then you're just like home. And this is like, it's just feeling good. And what I also love is you have this concept about women feeling unsafe. So when women are sexualized, so like you have told the story, like women walk on the street and they feel so good, and then like guys are like approaching them, and then the woman says, "Huh? Who are you to approach me?" You know, so this is somehow this making the man somehow guilty. But you have this cool idea about just seeing, aha, this man, this male animal, of course, he's somehow very excited because my female animal. I love this. I love this. And now, whenever I'm approached in a weird way, I just say, of course, this male animal is excited. And I wish I had this in my belly dance career. It would have saved me so much, yes, bad feelings about myself.
Oh, happy to hear that.
Okay, Jenna, so how to handle sexual attention as a woman?
Okay. So, in terms of weight loss, when I ask a woman why does she want to lose weight, I frequently hear I want to be sexy. And that's true, but also when I dig a bit deeper, I find there's objections to being sexy. There's fears about being sexy. What about that sexual attention? I don't want to attract that much heat, those judgments, think someone might do something to me. Somebody already has done something to me. And these are very real concerns at times. If someone's been through sexual trauma, especially, it can feel traumatizing to receive this sexual energy. And there is some truth to the more weight you gain, you can avoid that attention. And you deflect that attention the bigger and bigger you get, and vice versa. You're going to lose weight, you're going to get that attention. There's no denying it, especially when you not only lose the weight, which people can lose the weight with diet pills or something crazy, but no, lose the weight in a feminine way where you have your feminine glow like Coco Berlin, and you're like, you're radiating your feminine yummy yum. You're going to get a lot of attention. You are. So how then to handle it? So what I've come to...
And I have to say, when you lose your weight the pleasurable way, you will get a lot more attention than if you lose it in a like frustrating kind of way. Like then when you really shut down, you're not so sexy, and then you're safe, you're not attracting. And when you are really so sexy, you attract a lot, and then this can really, I think this is like a feedback loop, and then you say, maybe this is really, I should focus on my business, or you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. So how to handle this? So it's important to understand the bigger picture. As I said, there's two of you. There's your mind and there's your body, and your body is a female animal. Same with the guy. There's his mind and there's his body, his female animal, his male animal. And through evolution, the male species has learned that the female is my access to life. It's my access to joy, satisfaction, all the good things. Follow the female, like find the female.
And they are really good. So females are really, they're so sweet. I love them.
I do love females. And the sexual ecstasy, the love, everything. So it's a very strong impulse in the male. Now, we live in a culture that has a lot of confused conditioning for the mind. So the body is saying, oh, female, wow, go that way. And the mind has just seen too much TV, video games, pornography, bad religion, all kinds of anti-female conditioning. So it may come out the wrong way. It may come out with feeling like it is predatory, or it is negative, or rude. It's not how you want it. So what I recommend doing is remembering that the body came first. The body is older than the mind. This conditioning it's a new thing. The most ancient primal truth is that animal knows its happiness is, might come through you, beautiful female. And in that moment, that attention, that sexual attention, that, just even animal, human attention is a representation of that drive. So can you take away the shame? Can you, I call it the Google translator. Let's say the guy says, hey, like your tits. And I didn't want anyone to say like your tits. Like, come on, be more poetic than that. So I hear what he said. I don't like it, but I can hear he means something very nice. He just doesn't know how to say it. He's just got a expression problem, but the essence, I trust the essence. I trust the innocence. I trust the erotic innocence, that pulse of life, that urge for pleasure. It's innocent. It's without shame. And then I can relax. So you were saying when you were a belly dancer, tell us about that. How could that have been different? How did you handle the attention, and what could you have done with this tool?
Me?
Yeah.
And now I'm interviewed. Well, it's just that normally, like when I had the attention in a field where it didn't belong, like for instance, if with a friend or with a mentor, where I think, oh, this is not a good thing, then I say, okay, this is the animal stuff. So our animals would maybe like to mate, but then we also have the minds, and they can just cherish, like, wow, so it's actually interesting. There's energy, something is happening, but I don't feel guilty of causing something bad, because I know my female animal, this is just the way she is. And it's better the way she is like this than she would be shut down. And so it's just about how to handle this attention. And then if the other part is somehow mature and you can have a cool conversation, this would be amazing. But mostly it's not like this. And then, but the best thing is I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty, and I try to keep it. But oftentimes I really catch myself where I say, "Ooh, how can I avoid this?" And then it's somehow it's still difficult.
So something important you're mentioning is boundaries, or I'm hearing to say in response to what you're mentioning is the other part of it. So you take away the shame, innocent. Okay, it's innocent. This attention may not be the flavor I want, but it's innocent. And then to be able to have healthy boundaries, to be able to say no. And this is where a lot of women get caught, is, oh my God, if I feel this arousal or I feel his arousal, I can't say no. And it's important to always have powerful boundaries. The tool I call this is the intimate decline. We spoke about intimacy before, connection with another. The intimate decline means I'm going to say no, I'm going to decline, but the intimacy is there in that I'm a yes, I'm an energetic yes to you wanting what you want. You want me? Of course you do. I'm very wantable, Yes for you wanting me, understandable. And no, I'm not interested. So
yes, but sometimes this is like a rejection, and then women feel guilty. But we can't just not everybody can have whatever they want, and
yes,
and there's also tension and pleasure that is just because you can't have it.
exactly.
You can also cherish this. What is it called? I don't know. I think there's a name for it. Like desire. Like you have a desire, but it's not fulfilled,
Yes.
and it gives you a lot of energy. Maybe more energy. Like it keeps your energy. Then otherwise you would just go with the flow. And so like this, so like when we're flirting, and then we go away without having anything, then we have a bounce in our step, and we just feel totally good, and we just know, oh, it's just the hormones.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think this is a nice way of living. Like, since I started tango, I have a greater tolerance for eye contact with men. So I just started to look on them, and then they're really confused, and then we both get totally energy boosts out of it. And it's safe, it's okay. And I have really tested it, but you have to be brave to test it, that you can, at any point, you can always stop, and you're not responsible to the guys that you attract. You can always say no. You can always, now that I'm married, it's even easier.
Beautiful. I love this story. Excellent. Practice that, ladies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think without your input from this erotic innocence, and that women can just be totally sexy, attract millions of men, but not be responsible to be nice to everybody. Of course, polite, but not like, you're not responsible. If he walks up to you, you don't have to have a conversation the entire evening. It's not necessary.
Yes, good boundaries. And your radiance is the gift. They're seeing your light. Oh, they're coming to the light. Okay. You just your obligation is none. You are the light. And your obligation is to yourself, to your female animal, what makes you feel good, what company is nourishing for you. Yes.
But this is really a hard one. And I know that not only for me, but also for our audience, they will think, oh my God, I can't. This is egoistic. I just can't. It's just like a blockade, because we're raised to be the nice girls, and to be liked by everybody, and we're responsible for everybody feeling good. This is just how we brought up.
So then who's responsible for you feeling good?
The others.
Okay, is that really working?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
we
it.
need to have a healthy balance between being focused from the outside, what do others think, how am I pleasing others, to self. And my particular influence is I bring people back to self. Your relationship with yourself, with your female animal, this is your primary relationship. And the way you know if you're betraying your primary relationship, your nervous system. If you're in stress, something's wrong. You're not doing the right thing with your animal, with your primary relationship. The more and more you bring your nervous system into relaxation and deeper relaxation. For example, I'm a student of Coco's, and her meditations and her sensuous opening into the body. The more and more you learn to bring your body into peace and relaxation, the more it becomes easier to center in yourself and not lose yourself in pleasing others.
Yes, and the more you center yourself, the more you set boundaries, the more you also give others permission to be themselves and set their boundaries.
Exactly.
This is also what I have always experienced. Whenever I come across a person who really has boundaries, first I'm like, whoa! And then I say, wow, this is inspiring and this is empowering. So, but boundaries, I think this is a lifelong topic for us women.
Yes, well, for the free woman, right? The free woman, if you're free, then what are your boundaries? You're deciding your own boundaries. You're not obliging yourself to anyone else's. And I really am passionate about this. Like, I do not operate in obligation. And, people, it's refreshing when you finally find someone who doesn't obligate themselves. Then you really know their heart is in it. They're not doing it from manipulation or because they should. It's very fun.
Exactly, exactly. And this is also like how my marriage works. Like we're together now for 12 years, and since the beginning, it was only about freedom. So at first, we never wanted to marry because we always want to have this, we can always walk away. We're just here because we want. And when we don't want, we just go. Of course, it has changed over
Mm.
the time, but we still have this freedom thing. It's if he doesn't want it, I don't want it from him. I don't want him to, and that's why manipulation is the worst thing you can do for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you manipulate, you will always have people around you that you can't trust because you know you have just manipulated them. They're not coming for you. They're not doing their stuff, and also it's boring, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And similarly with your body, how can you know you're not manipulating your body? You're actually doing it with her. You're going to belly dancing with her, not to manipulate her. You're being sexual with her, not to manipulate someone else. You're eating with her. That's a really good feeling to be united with your female animal, you and her together in the world, moving towards pleasure and relaxation.
I love this so much. Thank you so much. And I will have two last
Okay.
questions for you. Ah, but this was really an amazing. I'm so happy that we have this interview in the world. Thank you, Jenna. At this point, I have to say this, but I have a question that I think will be also totally inspiring. Is like, what are the three books that have changed your
Mhm.
life?
Well, one, The Mama Gina's School of Womanly Arts by Regina Thomashauer is one of my favorite books that changed my life. She's a mother in the pleasure revolution, and can't recommend this book enough. What else? Another one, life-changing book, The Alphabet versus the Goddess by Leonard Schlain. And it speaks about the masculine and the feminine and how we both include both of these principles, how it relates to the brain, the world, the divine. Very interesting book. What would be a third one? Oh, author. I'm going to give my own book here. My own book, where is it? Ta-da! There we go. Pleasurable Weight Loss. Just came out.
Yes, and also for this book, you also have a free program with it. So people can go to your homepage and then they can subscribe to a free program that will be guiding them to pleasurable weight loss,
Yeah.
right?
So, yes, pleasure. It's called Pleasurable Weight Loss, the book, The Secrets to Feeling Great, Losing Weight, and Loving Your Life Today. And Coco, this is the summary, the completion of 15 years of research into what does it take to have a great relationship with food, to feel at peace, to love your body, to lose weight, and to do it sustainably. So, yeah, I'm just so excited that this is out in the world, and to give people a free sense of it and how it works. Try it out for yourself. I've created a free program called 7 Days of Pleasurable Weight Loss. And it's a 7-day email program that you can get here. Coco has a link to it. And what can I say about it? So every day you get different things to put this into action. So the mindsets of pleasurable weight loss, the eating practices, recipes. There's plenty to get you going so you can see how this really works.
Cool. And I have been waiting for this book since I first heard that you will write this book. And I'm so happy that you have condensed all your wisdom into one book and that it's available for everybody because you also offer personal coaching and programs, but they are somehow more pricey. And then everybody can just get to whatever, Amazon or to your homepage and just get their own version of all this wisdom that you have collected.
Thank you so much.
Ah, amazing.
So yeah, Pleasurable Weight Loss is out there in the world, and you're right, you can get it from me, you can get it in online booksellers. And also I have some bonuses when you get the book. I have a Pleasurable Weight Loss style guide. I have a guided meditation, and a few other goodies that are bonuses when you get the book now.
Cool. So go there. We have the link somewhere below the video. And thank you so much, Jenna, for being here with me. And thank you everybody for listening. I think you're as inspired as me. And see you in the next video. And don't forget, if you like this format and if you want to keep me going, just like this video. And you can also ask questions. So if you have questions or whatever, Jenna, you will also check in here in YouTube. Cool. And also maybe on my blog. So you can write wherever you like, and Jenna will also come across and answer your questions. Okay, so
bye.
See you soon.